Paldea Evolved is just around the corner, and Chien-Pao EX is the big deck that is on the way. I cannot wait to get my hands on these cards and play this deck. And in advance of that, I wanted to do a preview of the deck, show off some of the core cards in the deck, and then look at some deck lists as well. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about Chien-Pao EX, how it works, and some variations on the deck. So just a quick heads up, I will feature some of the core cards in English. A lot of these don't exist in English yet officially. So shout outs to Justin Basil for having proxies to a number of these cards. Definitely go check out the Justin Basil website because it's an amazing resource for the Pokemon trading card game. And then any deck lists I pull up are from Japan, and I think it's Pokeka Book that we are looking at today. Is it Pokeka Book or Pokeka Recipe? It's Pokeka Book. And if you're wondering if there's any cards that you see on the list that you're like, what the heck is that? I will have the deck list in the description of this video below. All right, let's talk about Chien-Pao EX. It's a basic 220 HP and 2 retreat. And what makes it really cool is its ability Trembling Frost. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon's in the active spot, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic Water Energy cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And then its move Hail Blade does 60 damage for discarding any number of energy from your Pokemon, and this attack does 60 damage for each card you discard this way. And you're looking at this like two Water Energy, you're discarding 2 for 120. What the heck's that going to do? So be careful. The thing is, you don't have to discard the 2 energy off Hail Blade. You can actually attach or detach energy from other Pokemon on your bench and also add that up towards your total. And you're going to do that with Baxcalibur, Stage 2 Pokemon, 160 HP, with the Absolute Zero ability. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a basic Water Energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. This is big. Like in the Sword and Shield era, we had Frostmoth, which did a similar thing. However, it could only accelerate energy to bench Pokemon, and it could only accelerate to water Pokemon. This can accelerate water Pokemon to or accelerate water energy to any type of Pokemon anywhere on the board, but it's a stage 2. If you can get this set up, you can use Chien-Pao to grab a whole bunch of energy. You can then use Baxcalibur to then attach that energy and then potentially get one-hit KOs with Chien-Pao EX. Helping us out here, Irida. Irida lets you get a item card as well as a water Pokemon. And in particular, you're going to want to use Irida to grab Baxcalibur and a Rare Candy, which can help you get set up real quickly. Of course, there are other amazing combinations here. You might need to get your Chien-Pao down and a Battle VIP Pass or an Energy Search or something like that. Irida is there to help you out. We also have Radiant Greninja in all of the decks we're going to see here, which lets you, you get access to Moonlight Shuriken, which lets you discard 2 water energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. You can charge this up with Baxcalibur and take out 2 prizes, and it's like, cool, you get to do that once, but no, you can actually do this multiple times thanks to Super Rod, which lets you shuffle up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic water energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. And the other thing with Greninja, I'm going a little too fast here. It's got the Concealed Cards ability where you can discard an energy, draw 2 cards. Not only does it act as draw power, but it gets energy into the discard pile, which you actually want because you can then use cards like Super Rod to recover that energy, and Superior Energy Retrieval, where you discard 2 cards and grab 4 basic water energy from the deck. So you kind of see how this engine's going, right? You've got the Chien-Pao to grab the energy. You can also switch Chien-Pao out for another Chien-Pao to grab more energy. You'll use Baxcalibur to charge up any number of attackers, and then you smash. And then you'll be using cards like Superior Energy Retrieval, like Super Rod to get that energy back, reattach it to new attackers, and then keep smashing. So really cool engine here. Some other cards that are worth noting, Iono where this is basically the new Judge or the new Marnie. You shuffle your hand, put it at the bottom of your deck, and then you draw based on the number of prizes you have. Really great comeback card. You can put your opponent in really awkward positions, where if they've got only one prize left, you play Iono and they've been stuck with one card. Every deck that we're going to look at today has Iono in it, though of course it does kind of hurt you in a way where you might end up shuffling away your water energy, so keep that in mind. A number of the builds here also use this Kyogre from Crown Zenith. It has the move Dynamic Wave, where you put 3 energy, where you attach 4 energy, free water, 1 colorless. It does 180 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, and you can bench snipe with this. So it's 180 anywhere on the board, and then you put the 3 energy back into your hand, which you can then use to reattach with Baxcalibur on the next turn to another Kyogre, to a Chien-Pao, to whatever you want. Really cool combo here. And then last but not least, before we get into the deck lists, we've got Charm of Courage. This is the new Cape of Toughness. The basic Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 50 HP. Most of the time, you're probably putting this on Chien-Pao to go from 220 HP to 270 HP, making it much harder to KO. Now let's go look at some deck lists here. And we are going to start with this one right here. And we're going to call this like the default one, because this one doesn't have like any sort of Palkias or Vulpixes or anything like that. We've got 3 Chien-Pao to grab that energy, and this will also serve as our primary attacker. We've got 3/3 line of Frogibax and Baxcalibur to help us get energy, Greninja to discard energy, draw cards, and as a secondary attacker. We also have 1/1 Bibarel for drawing some more cards. From there, we've got like rare candies to help us get the Baxcalibur set up. We've got 1 Picnic Basket just to heal. This is against like the Lost Box matchup where they're trying to throw down like incremental damage on your Chien-Paos or anything like that. You can just heal that off. We've got 4 copies of the Superior Energy Retrieval and 1 copy of Super Rod with the focus on the Energy Retrieval, because we really want to scoop that back out of the discard pile and reattach it to Chien-Pao or Greninja. We've got 2 copies of the Charm of Courage to make Chien-Pao 270 HP. And is there any other cards? Oh, we've got Artazon here, which lets you bench a basic Pokemon. It's basically a Nest Ball, but as a stadium, and a really handy card for helping to build out the bench. Next, we are going to be talking about this sort of like Palkia as a support build here. So like largely this deck is the same conceptually. The biggest difference is we've got Palkia VSTAR 1/1 line, and what Palkia helps you do is like 1, it's a pretty solid attacker that only needs 2 energy. It's got high HP at 280, and you can use its Star Portal. It's V-Star power to charge up 3 water energy anywhere you want onto your water Pokemon, whether you're using that to charge up Greninja, charging up Kyogre, charging up Chien-Pao. Just gives you some more options for moving the water around the board and recovering it. So in this particular build, all of the core pieces are generally the same. We see the Kyogre here. We've got 3 energy retrievals instead of 4. We got 1 copy of Super Rod. And in this one, interesting choice. They've got 1 copy of Professor's Research. Generally, these builds don't have research because you don't want to discard cards. But I get it. Sometimes you just have a really crappy hand and you just want to throw stuff out. We also have Skater's Park. This is a stadium from Fusion Strike, and what this lets you do is when you retreat, instead of discarding the energy, you put it back into your hand. So imagine you've got Chien-Pao in the active, you Skater's Park, you put the 2 energy out of back into your hand, move another Chien-Pao in, grab 2 more energy from the deck, and now you've got 4 energy to attach with Baxcalibur however you want. Really nasty combo here. This third build has a little more of a focus on Palkia. We've got 2/2 Palkia here, kind of acting as a primary attacker if we're not using Chien-Pao for 1-hit KOs. And then otherwise, we've still got the 1/1 Bibarel. And yeah, 3 copies of Energy Retrieval, 1 Picnic Basket for healing, particularly against Lost Box, 2 Charms of Courage, 1 Penny. This is, again, primarily Lost Box defense. They get some incremental damage on a Chien-Pao, and you can just take it off the board and, heal it. And then we've also got 3 copies of Skater's Park on this list as well for that sort of pivot play to get the energy back in the hand. And then this last one, this one's got a 1/1 line of Vulpix. This is here because when Vulpix attacks, it stops attacks from Pokemon with abilities. You're going to be able to block stuff like Cramorant, like Gardevoir EX, like Gardevoir from Chilling Reign, like Zacian, like Miraidon. Again, there are a lot of Pokemon in the meta right now that have abilities, and you can just stop them with Vulpix. Otherwise, this list is pretty similar. We've got the Kyogre as a secondary attacker here, the Chien-Pao as your primary attacker, and then we've got the 4 energy retrieval in here as well. I think the one interesting piece here is the canceling Cologne, and combine that with Boss's Orders, gust up your opponent's Manaphy, throw down the canceling Cologne, and then charge up Greninja for a multi-prize KO. Again, if you're interested in any of these deck lists, I have them in the description of this video below in English, so you can go and copy those and look for those cards yourself when the time comes. But for the time being, I gotta get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. YouTube, we gotta go. Twitch, you guys stick around. But for everybody watching this on YouTube, I gotta get out of here. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In Third Person. You can find me on Twitch at In Third Person, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. like I am right now. And you can check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. Later, everybody.